If you're in the crypto space, you might be depressed right now. Welcome to this video. My name is Konstantin. I'm providing market analysis to BeInCrypto for over 5 years, and today we're gonna look at Bitcoin. Because a lot of people ask the question right now, are we entering a bear market? Have we already entered a bear market? Is this the end of the bull cycle, and will we see new lows for the crypto space? Now, I think we've been in a bull cycle for so long that people actually forget what crypto really is and how high the volatility always used to be, and that we didn't really see a correction yet. Now, let's take a look at Bitcoin from the monthly chart to the 4-hourly chart to get a better understanding on where the price is heading right now. So if we look at Bitcoin, we can see that since last month, Bitcoin has been correcting over 21%, roughly 22%. And what we can also see is that Bitcoin last month has established a new all-time high at 126. Now, quite frankly, we are still above 100,000 USD, and this is nothing. This correction so far is absolutely nothing in crypto terms. But we still want to take a look at what could be coming, because this could actually be the start of a bear market. So first of all, we already broke the FIB support level at 106,000. And also on the monthly chart, we can see that the MACD lines for the first time in years could potentially cross bearishly. And also the MACD histogram has been ticking bearishly lower. That's a bearish indicator, while the RSI is moving in neutral regions. So for me, it personally looks like Bitcoin is heading towards the next support zone at roughly 90,000 to 94,000. There it finds immediate golden ratio support, and that could potentially bounce off bullishly. However, for now, if we take a look at the weekly chart, Bitcoin still finds support at roughly the 100,000 USD mark at the 50-week EMA. But also here, indicators are predominantly bearish. MACD lines across bearishly. MACD histogram is ticking bearishly low since last week, and the RSI is neutral. Now, Bitcoin could be experience another drop of roughly 19% to head towards the major FIB support at 84,000 USD. Now, the thing is, Bitcoin remains in a massive bull cycle as long as Bitcoin holds above the golden ratio support at 57,000 USD. This implies downward potential of roughly 50% from now on. So please let that sink in. Bitcoin could drop basically 50% and we would still be in a bull cycle. This correction so far has been nothing compared to previous corrections, and even last year from January to April we experienced a 32% drop. If we take a look at the daily chart, we have the same image. We have bearish MACD, we have a neutral RSI, and we have EMAs that are still displaying golden crossovers, but it could potentially soon form a death cross, which confirms the trend bearishly in the short to medium term. Now, from my perspective, Bitcoin is heading towards the next golden ratio support level at 94. That would mean Bitcoin drops below 100,000 USD. And if this level fails to hold, it could definitely go towards the next FIB support level at 84,000 USD, or even drop down to 55,000 USD. I personally don't believe that we will see 55,000 USD this year. But I do believe at some point Bitcoin should return to the golden ratio support, which lies at 55,000 USD. Bigger picture, that means that, yeah, there is a potential that we are actually experience the start of a major correction, which feels like a bear market, because it's essentially, in terms of where the prices are going, the same thing. But it doesn't mean that it has to enter a full bear market. We only enter a full bear market if Bitcoin breaks decisively below the golden ratio at 55. So until then, we're still within a healthy correction. Now, last but not least, we take a look at the 4-hourly chart where we can see that the EMAs have already established the death cross, which confirms the trend bearishly in the short term, whereas the MACD is currently bullish and the RSI is currently neutral. That being said, my target for Bitcoin at the moment is 94,000 and my bigger picture target is the 84,000 USD and the 55,000 USD for next year potentially. Now, since there's still a chance that Bitcoin bounces off the 50-week EMA at roughly 101,000 USD, we can also take a look at the bullish scenario, and that basically implies that Bitcoin bounces off and breaks the golden ratio resistance at 116,000. If this happens, Bitcoin is back to full-on bull cycle. The correction phase is over and Bitcoin could potentially retarget the all-time high at 126 or even surpass it to establish a new all-time high. Now, another thing that I want to point out is that Bitcoin is currently at a 2.1 trillion market cap. The only real indicator we can look at to assess where the price could potentially find a major ceiling is to look at the market cap. So I want to put it in perspective, and we can see that Bitcoin, according to ChatGPT's recent sources, is half of the market capitalization of Apple, which sits at roughly 4 trillion. We have Nvidia sitting at 5 trillion, and we have gold at 28 trillion. Now, we could argue that Bitcoin's ceiling could potentially be gold's market cap, which would imply more than a 10x from Bitcoin's price, current price. So that would imply Bitcoin north $1 million USD per coin. Let me know in the comments, do you think Bitcoin will ever reach 1 million USD? And what do you actually think is the main benefit of Bitcoin? What makes it such a valuable asset? It was a pleasure to be your host. My name is Konstantin. And if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss another video from BeInCrypto. Thank you very much. See you next time.